The future of electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are thought to be an essential player in reducing oil demand. The former Danish Minister for Climate, Energy and Utilities, Dan Jorgensen, declared there is no future for. Electric vehicles are thought to be an essential player in reducing oil demand. The former Danish for Climate, Energy and Utilities declared there is no future for oil and gas in a 1.5-degree world. The International Energy Agency Net Zero Emission predicts that use of fossil fuels should fall by 75% by 2050 to achieve net zero targets. The transport sector uses the bulk of the global oil. If oil consumption has to fall so drastically to achieve climate objectives, the transport sector should be decarbonized. This calls for a shift of the automotive sector from oil to renewable electricity like wind and solar. Electric vehicles are the best way to achieve this target as they run on renewable electricity. Global net zero target requires 50% electric vehicles population by 2050 and the Clean Energy Initiative CEI requires a 30% market share of EV scales by 2030. In 2020, global electric vehicles car scale stood at 6.5 million units per year. China sold 3 million cars, 30 million motorcycles per year, and the EU and the US sold 2.5 million and under 1 million units respectively. Pakistan ambitions, if not target, in this respect is the same to ensure that EV scales are 30% of the total scales by 2030, matching with the renewable energy target. One is not sure if the 30% target can be achieved in all EVs including four wheelers, but it is possible that the 30% market share or even more may be achieved in the case of two wheelers. The reason is that there is a large growing market ROG 8% of two wheelers in terms of both annual sales. 2 billion units and vehicle population 20 million, and it is simple technology. Motorcycle consume 40% of the annual gasoline requirements of Pakistan. Electric vehicles are relatively quiet and simple to drive and have no gates or clutches. They are also easy to maintain as they don't require filter or oil change. They have higher pickup and are equipped with electronic controls, some of which have anti-collision and safety features. Drivers won't need to visit petrol pumps as these vehicles can be charged at home with the help of dedicated home chargers, but they require 3 to 4 hours to charge and have a typical range of 100 kilometers per charge. This may be disadvantage for those who may have a longer travel activity in a day. There is a new development in the automotive sector, especially in the area of electric vehicles. Established brands are losing their foothold and new players are emerging, particularly out of China. Chinese products are cheaper as well. It is expected that these news and cheaper brands will get established in developing countries, something that could not have been thought of earlier. This would create opportunities for countries like Pakistan to achieve ingestion. The manufacturing of electrical motorcycles is more likely in this respect. In the 1970s, Japan emerged as a leader in the automotive sector, replacing Europeans. It seems that in the case of electrical, if not the total automotive sector, the new leader will be China. A major Chinese automaker BYD is exporting electrical buses to Europe and the US and is perhaps the largest manufacturer in this area. China market share in supplies of electrical parts such as batteries is already 74% of the global sales.